Going everybody, Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Tuesday here on the show. You know what that means? Well, Tuesday means Lance is joining us here today. We got a lot to talk about. We got NXT and Dynamite coming up over the next couple of days. Both of them. We got 3 segments announced. NXT has 3 matches. Dynamite has 2. And a Tony Khan important announcement. What could that be? We'll talk about that. This coming weekend is TNA Victory Road. So we'll go over that lineup as well as SmackDown and everything that is going on for WWE leading to their next PLE, which is October 11th, the Crown Jewel Perth show. And, of course, Raw last night. We'll cover that. And that was the build, the beginning of the build. It's a 3-week build to that show. So we'll tell you everything that went on Raw last night. Also got notes on a Randy Savage biopic. Can you imagine? We'll tell you about that. Plus the next John Cena match. Kind of plays into what we were talking about yesterday involving Brock Lesnar. Brock is advertised for WrestleMania. Had a couple of former WWE talents winning titles in All Japan. We've got some NXT wrestlers working for Noah for the next month. SmackDown ratings. Mickie James going into the TNA Hall of Fame. And plenty more. If you'd like to text us here today, the number, 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4W Online at gmail.com is the email. I'm F4W Online, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. And at Bryan Alvarez, X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
It's Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny V, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
Should I do one more time? Huh? I played the entire song before realizing I had not hit record.
I figured as much.
So I had to start the entire show over again. Uh-oh. Is my internet down? My internet died. Yeah. All right. Stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're just gonna barrel on through, right, Vinny? What do we have on that Facebook thing? Now it says no audio. Jared, do we have audio?
I can hear you.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yeah, we just watched a movie about this.
What is up with my internet? Lost everybody again. Curry says no problems with the Big Vinny V show.
His words.
Not since the first one.
I was going to say, the very first one was a
many
disaster.
problems. Many problems.
We've had quite a few.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I just barrel on through.
Bryan.
Barrel on through should be the name of this show. What the hell's going on this week? Like, every single show, something goes terribly wrong. Today, I didn't have the music set to go at first. Then I got it set to go, but I forgot to hit record. Finally, I hit record and got the song going right. Golly. One disaster after another here. We're starting 15 minutes late. I still can't find the video, Jared. Is it up? Where is everything? Granny's joining us here today via phone. We cannot connect our audio or video. It's a blank screen. I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? Should we just quit today? I don't know what the problem is, Granny. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. We still have no video. I got a question. Where's the goddamn video at?
You gotta fire Jared.
All right, now it's up. Hello, everybody.
This is the one you told me to do last week, Undertaker plus Psycho Kid.
Okay.
Are you done laughing?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, Granny, I apologize.
There'll be more.
Then Psycho Sid comes out with blonde curly hair. Hard to pull. Lasts a while before he gets out of it. I had to give that a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker won a match and a belt. That's a 10 on the Granny scale.
Victor is still at it more than ever this week. As far as the soaps go.
Hell of a report, Granny.
All right.
That was a 10 on the Granny soap opera report scale.
Okay, just a minute.
Jared, you're forgiven. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Alrighty. So apparently there's a WrestleMania 2-day combo pre-sale, which is ongoing right now. If you want to go to Ticketmaster. This is a show where if you want 2 front row tickets for both days, it's $9,000. And I swear to God, one of the promo codes is apparently the word family.
Are you sure that's 2 tickets each night, or it's 2 tickets, 1 each night?
One for each night.
Yes,
Yeah, so it's 9,000. So you and your significant other want to go, that's 18,000. It's 9,000.
I hope their credit limit's high enough on their card they could even purchase them if they wanted.
Well, you better save your money, you and your family, everybody.
Well, it is their last chance to go live in person to a WrestleMania for at least 2 years.
Well, they got 2 years. There's 1 year. They'd skip a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go to this one, you're not at the next one, so it's 2 years between North American WrestleMania.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Provided they don't go to Europe the year after.
Anybody who's paying these prices for WrestleMania may very well be going to Saudi Arabia.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Hey, how's your nose?
I'm now in the queue for nasal surgery.
Wow.
The specialist, the surgeon, she didn't seem to think that any one of the issues she identified are enough to cause my problems. I'm ready to punch the next person that just says, well, why don't you just breathe through your mouth? It's like, that's not the way I breathe, and it's not the way you're supposed to breathe. You're supposed to be able to breathe through your nose. But I'm in the queue for getting my deviated septum fixed, having some other inflammation issue fixed.
So you do have a deviated septum.
It's very slightly, yes. And some inflammation of something that I couldn't pronounce if I tried, that they're going to use radio waves to reduce.
So when she said there's 3 things that she can do that might not make much of a difference, is that the surgery or is this something different?
No, this is all surgery.
Okay.
They fix the septum, reduce the inflammation or swelling and the other gimmicks, and then scrape any buildup that's in the nasal cavity as well. She was just very adamant, don't expect this to be a complete fix. It may only make a small difference.
Why don't you get a nose job while you're at it and get like a big Pinocchio nose or something?
I'll ask about the old rhinoplasty and see if I can get
you're getting the
bigger
nose done. You may as well get some work while you're at it.
Get the real skinny one?
Get a real skinny one or maybe a real wide one. You know, maybe that would fit your wide jaw better. I don't know.
Actually, I got a little divot in the end of my nose now, too, after the last skin cancer scare gimmick they did.
Oh, wow. What a life. All right. Well, hopefully that fixes everything. It's nice to breathe,
Or
I've
at least
heard.
improves it slightly.
Yeah. Breathing is important, I've been told. All right. They've announced, Deadline announced, that a cinematic look at the life of Randy Macho Man Savage is one step closer to becoming a reality. Artists for Artists is developing a movie based on a script written by Lanny Poffo, Savage's brother, and Eric Shapiro. Well, Lanny Poffo, Savage's brother. The working title of this biopic is Macho. So that's really all we know. Obviously, the big question, and this goes back to, remember they're going to make that Hulk Hogan movie? And the question is, who is going to play Hulk Hogan? And what's the guy they got?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Chris Hemsworth. And man, that was one of those that I made a comment, and man, I was seeing my comment all over the place for years after that one about how this guy didn't look that much like Hulk Hogan. And it really wasn't even so much about what he looked like, because he got all jacked up and he did look more like Hogan. But the whole thing was, it's not just what you look like, everybody. Like, I can't believe I'm talking to wrestling fans. You guys remember Hulk Hogan in the 80s? Do you guys remember the Macho Man Randy Savage? Brother, I don't care what you look like. Who in the world, like some of these 80s cartoon characters, is like, who are you going to find to play Hulk Hogan? I'm not talking just big muscular guy with long blonde. I'm talking playing Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster, playing the Macho Man Randy Savage. Who are you going to find?
Find that guy that goes to all the meet and greets that dresses up as Macho Man. He's not bad.
God, these kinds of characters were like, there's a reason they called them larger than life. You can't just go out there and play these people. Even like a Vince McMahon or Ric Flair or characters like that. Who are you going to find to play those people?
People do act, Brian.
They do, but
It's
like
the profession.
this is like a different level of like a wild like maniac. These two guys.
Did you see the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
He's a crazy, wacky guy that can play things. There's actors
Well,
that'll
he
manage,
can,
I'm
but
sure.
like that's all fine and good. But then he has to look like, you got to find a guy that can look like the
Eddie
Macho
Murphy
Man
looked like an old white Jewish guy
and
in
play
Coming to
the
America.
Macho Man. Whatever, dude. You ain't gonna, is it? You're gonna be the first guy to go, this guy doesn't look anything or sound anything like the Macho Man.
It'd be a lot better than Cruz playing Jack Reacher, for crying out loud.
Oh wow.
And that
I knew
succeeded.
that would come up eventually. You're bitter about that. I'm sure he did a way better job than whoever's going to play Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, we will see.
We'll find out. But anyway, looks like that's in the works. So we shall see. I guess that Hemsworth movie's not happening.
Oh, shucks.
Went to all that trouble, and then now he has to get normal sized again. So yesterday, we were talking about the John Cena Brock Lesnar match. Did you see that match, by the way? Did you watch this ESPN show?
No.
How come?
I generally don't unless I have to. I went hiking in the mountains instead.
Well, did you watch Raw?
I did, yes. It's
Okay.
part of my job.
Well, did you watch the clips on Raw of Brock Lesnar and John Cena?
Well, I watched everything that was on Raw.
Okay. Well, anyway, he killed the guy. And we were talking about yesterday that it seemed like, it was such a one-sided defeat that it seemed like, okay, well, he's going to have to climb that mountain. Brock's going to be his last opponent. Turns out Brock's not his last opponent. That's their last match.
Good.
And I guess, Dave says, and I'm sure this is what happened, that Cena, on the way out, like wanted to make some people, which is like, you had to make Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
That doesn't even make any sense. But that's what he said. And if you recall, they did that Sami Zayn John Cena match, and he didn't beat Sami Zayn. And now, last night, John Cena posted something about, what do you guys think? And he put the hashtag John Cena versus AJ Styles. And, as soon as he did that, you knew that was an opponent, because you ain't going to tease that and not deliver.
Gonna make these young kids.
So, well, here's the thing. So I was thinking about this. This guy's got a couple of matches left. There's the big question. What does this guy do? Does he put someone over in his last match? Or does he win his last match and ride off happily into the sunset? And there's examples of both. Sting, for example. He won his last match. And I don't think anyone would say that was a mistake. Everybody was so happy to see that guy win his last match and ride off happily into the sunset. So we only got a couple of matches left. The questions are, who is John Cena's last opponent, and does he win? Now, AJ, it's going to be John Cena and AJ Styles at Crown Jewel Perth, October 11th. So this will not be his last match. And AJ himself has stated that he wants to be out by 50, and he's 48. So Cena doesn't have to make AJ Styles. So this is a match that John Cena could win. But then, of course, there is the last match. Who is John Cena's final opponent, and does he win or does he lose? And I'm going to let you think about this going into the break, Lance. And I want thoughts from you guys as well. Who is John Cena's last opponent, and does he win or lose? Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Jared, put old Granny on. Let's see what she's up to. Oh, man, she's doing something. Oh, Lord.
She's trying to plug in the box, Brian.
Granny can't connect. And so I call her on the phone, and she alerts us that she apparently knocked the box off her desk. Whatever's happening right there, that doesn't look good. She knocked down the camera now? What's going on?
She's got a hold of the camera, I think.
She's okay. Well, we've got the ceiling at least. There's the box. Hey, we got the box, Jared. Does it look like it's plugged in?
No.
It's definitely not on.
No.
Okay. That's her back, I believe. She appears to be doing something.
Apparently yoga.
That's her hair. Are we sure that's not Ric Flair? Now she's got to find the phone, too.
Think anyone's going to still subscribe after the show?
I hope we get a bunch of video signups. This is interesting.
Is it now?
Oh, man, we can almost see the front of the tie line to see if it's on. But we can't. We can only see the side of it, as well as a flashlight and dice. I don't know why there are dice there.
Well, you never know when you're going to play dice in the dark.
She's still doing something.
That's good radio, boss.
Show that again, what's she doing?
You know what's a good show is the Big Vinny V show.
Is it?
Or if you Pod Armenia 2025.
She might be tying her shoe or something.
Ed and
down
San
there.
Antonio show.
Granny is furiously doing something. It's possible that we should sabotage the box every week.
No!
So that she can, get up and down, like Roddy Piper once said. No, I know. I'm calling you. Phone. I'm calling you. Oh, my God. How are you?
I'm exhausted. Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. That sounded very sincere.
Stunning review. Well,
Anyway.
can we please make that into a commercial, Jared, for Vinny's show? Apple Podcast carries every podcast that we produce.
Oh, I want to tell Vinny I watched his show today.
Thank you, Granny. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
So check it out, f4wonline.com/Apple. Try your free trial today. What is happening here? Yes, Granny?
I don't care if it's show or what. My computer went out and I can't fix it.
Okay. Jared, can you fix Granny's computer?
But he tried to get a pin.
I am Steve.
Brian, what are you doing?
Now my child is sending me a voice message.
Steel chicken jockey.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, Lance, who is John Cena's final opponent? And does he win or does he lose?
Well, I think John Cena wins his last match. I think letting people be happy and celebrated at the end, like they did for Sting, is more important in today's day and age than putting someone over, because I don't think fans view it the same. And the fact that he put Cody over, he put Brock over, and who knows, maybe he'll put AJ Styles over. He's giving back, and again, in each case I'm doing air quotes because I don't know what it actually means anymore. But I think in his final one, let him bring out all those kids again, Let him win. Let him celebrate. And I was thinking, and this is going to be probably a controversial or a what choice, but I would promote it as his final match. I would leave it as a John Cena Open Challenge and not even promote the opponent. And I would have R-Truth answer it, whether he wants to be Ron Cena or not, but he wants to wrestle his childhood friend, or his, what did he call him? His childhood
hero.
One time before he retires and hang it up, and let them do R-Truth and John Cena, put John Cena over, have them hug, let the kids dance. He can sing What's Up, and then let John Cena have the spotlight and go off the air and just make it fun, because you don't need to promote a big match. Just promote that this is John Cena's last ever pro wrestling match on Saturday night's main event, and he's doing the John Cena Open Challenge, and let people speculate.
Well, there's no chance that one's happening. They actually already did the John Cena R-Truth match.
Did they?
And I don't think it was very good. Yeah, it was Saturday night's main event.
That was serious Ron Killings, wasn't it?
It was serious Ron Killings, yeah. We'll see. We'll see who they end up choosing. I think he should win on his way out. I think the kids shouldn't be crying for his last match. They've done enough crying this year over John Cena. By the way, somebody asked if Brock was a one and done. No, Brock is advertised for Mania 42. He's on the poster.
No, the Cena match was one and done.
Yeah,
not his career.
The Cena Brock match. It's like that's it. That's the end of their feud. That's their last match together.
Who are you having put John Cena over in his last match then?
I don't know, dude. Like everyone in the chat is thinking like Gunther, but like Gunther is somebody who's like he's going to be around going forward. Okay, so I don't really think that he should. I'm trying to think, and everyone brought up a great point about how absolutely, this idea that you should put someone over to elevate them. Like, do you guys remember when Kurt Angle had his retirement match and he put over Baron Corbin and how that all ended up? It was like the match wasn't all that good. Angle losing his last match, it wasn't the right call. It didn't do anything for Corbin. He's since been released. It's like, I don't know. I don't know who this... Actually, honestly, a good last match would have been AJ Styles and have him beat AJ, but...
If he was going to put someone over, I would consider Dom.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't beat Dom because, again, Dom's got decades of future ahead of him.
Yeah, I don't think that one's going to happen.
That's where I would just go with R-Truth.
But he's got to beat somebody, I think, is the...
I agree.
All right. Yes, Brock is being advertised for WrestleMania 42. There's a graphic. Him, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. This will be Lesnar's first WrestleMania since a victory in 2023. Do you remember who he beat?
No.
You remember off the top of your head?
No.
Anybody without cheating, do you guys remember who Lesnar beat at the 2023 WrestleMania? Give the chat a couple of seconds here. And that's WrestleMania at Allegiant Stadium, Vegas, April 18th and 19th. Nobody remembers. It was Omos.
Really?
Yeah. Omos.
I thought Vegas was last year.
A very, very memorable. It is last year. They're going 2 years in a row.
But you said 2023 was his last match.
Yeah. I'm talking this year's Mania's in Vegas.
Wasn't last year's Mania in Vegas?
Yeah. Last year and this year are in Vegas.
But you said Brock...
That was
Omos.
Something different. I just said Brock and Omos. I moved on while the chat was trying to...
You said it was in Allegiant Stadium.
I said this year's is in Allegiant Stadium. I was giving them a chance to answer the question. All right. We have a couple of Japan notes with... We got Zion... Remember Zion Quinn? Odyssey Jones. They are now wrestling as Zion and Odyssey. Odyssey is spelling his name differently. Somehow Zion is still using Zion. And they beat Kengo Mishima and Hideki Suzuki to win the All Japan World Tag Team titles. So Odyssey Jones had domestic violence allegations. And so he was released in September 2024. And I think they just cut Zion. So he was released in 2024. You know, speaking of since I brought up the domestic abuse allegations, did you guys watch the Mid-South wrestling this week?
No.
Anybody? So they had an Adrian Street match. Adrian Street and Miss Linda are out there. And Adrian is facing Chris Adams. It's Adrian versus Chris Adams with Miss Linda. And during the match, and it's a really good match, by the way. I'm sure you can imagine. So during the match, Terry Taylor comes out, and he just grabs Miss Linda, and he just starts making out with her. Which, like, this kind of stuff happened all the time in, like, the 80s and the 90s and everything. But in, like, 2025, you watch it,
now,
and it's like, this guy just came out and grabbed her and starts making out with her. And so, he's just, I'm talking, he's, like, she's dipped. He's going hog wild. So, there's a big distraction or whatever, and Adrian ends up throwing Adams over the top rope and gets DQ'd. Okay? So, the storyline is that Adrian Street, Miss Linda is his servant, okay? And they're not married in storyline. And the claim is that she's been his servant for many generations. And then they clarify her family. So, like, this match ends and Adrian's DQ'd and she just got kissed by Terry Taylor. And Adrian Street goes out there and then he starts yelling at her. And then all of a sudden, he just starts pummeling her.
Oh, Jesus.
Boom! He starts like, I went, oh my God. You watch this in 2025 and you're like, whoa. This is not even like ECW where, some female manager gets involved and so Tommy grabs her and gives her a pile driver or whatever. That's bad enough, but this is just, he's just straight out. He starts punching her and he's like, oh my God. So, holy smokes, this business has changed. As much as people think this business still sucks, it sucks in some ways, but like, that was crazy, that segment from Mid-South. So anyway, and then they just move on to the next match.
Just move on. Oh, well.
Yeah. To the back. To the back for our next match involving, you ready for this? Shawn Michaels.
Oh, gosh. This would be his jobber days, right?
It's his debut, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my. I haven't seen it yet.
Looked like he's 12.
I literally got through the violence, and then I turned it off and came to do this show. I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. But anyway, that reminds me, tonight it is that episode of Mid-South with the debut of Shawn Michaels. And then we are moving. We're switching. Next Tuesday, which I believe is October 2nd, we are going to be starting 20 years ago on TNA Impact Wrestling. The debut of Spike was 20 years ago next week. And so we're going to go back and we're going to start 2005 TNA. I know everyone thinks we're going to give up because we gave up on the Asylum years, but nothing in the history of wrestling is as bad as the Asylum years. They're worse than the death of WCW. They're worse than those Thunders. It's the worst stuff we ever saw. And a lot of people remember the good old days of TNA as being 2005 to 2008 or so. So I think we're going to make it through at least 2008. I cannot promise we're going to make it to that barbed wire Christmas tree in 2010. I can't promise that one.
That's the best Bryan and Vinny review ever.
That one did, I think that turned business around. And it wasn't like I was trying. It was just the worst frickin' match I've ever seen at the time. Anyway.
But TNA Plus, if you want to follow along, and you will be able to watch Victory Road on Friday if you sign up early.
Yeah, what's on Victory Road, or do I need to read it off?
You'd probably best if you read it off. But,
all right. Victory Road has got Ash by Elegance against Masha Slamovich, with Indy Hartwell as the guest referee. We have got Leon Slater versus Myron Reed for the X Division title. Heather and M by Elegance versus The Inspiration. Steve Macklin versus Frankie Kazarian for the international title. And Mustafa Ali versus Moose.
And both of the women matches, for some reason you didn't mention they were for championships. The singles match is for the Knockouts title, and the tag titles are on the line with the women's tag.
Yes, indeed they are, Lance. That is correct. Thank God you're here.
I've got the inside scoop.
Tonight's NXT, by the way, has got Oma Femi and Trick Williams with all the belts on the line. The TNA and NXT title. Champion versus champion, winner takes all tonight. Which there's no way they're changing these titles. They didn't even build this up big on Raw. It's just like they made it last week and away we go. We got the Speed Tournament, Candice versus Laney Reed, and Lexus King and Miles Bourne in a lights-out match. So that's coming up for NXT tonight. We're going to head to a break. I don't know what's going on.
They're going to turn the lights out, so Miles will be both unable to see and hear.
There we go. All right, back in a moment. Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Okay, can everyone hear it?
Yeah.
There's a mystery bell at Granny's house. She can't hear it. Take off your headphones for a second.
I had them on wrong anyway.
Okay.
I can't get them on right. What?
Take them off and listen.
You have in your elbow?
Is the fan on a computer?
Nothing.
All right, well, this is going to be an exciting show.
Gonna have bells ringing through the whole thing, and it's every week. It's got to be me.
Do you have a neighbor that's an ice cream man
No,
practicing out there?
I got a neighbor that smokes marijuana.
I'm sure you do. I guess
Whatever that noise is, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah, it's not going to stop, dude.
Brian, do you want me to get off here and go see if open the door and see if there's anything out there?
You think something's out the front door?
Is he been ringing the bell the entire time?
No, Granny, you don't
Let
need
me
to-
in! Let me
it's
in!
Fine, it's fine.
If it's death, don't open the door.
Thank you, Craig. This person thinks it's a stove timer.
Have you burned the roast?
No, I don't have a stove. You want me to just get off here?
No. We're going to barrel through it.
I'd love it.
You're not even doing anything. Granny, Nick says that you've got an old-fashioned analog alarm clock in Terry's bedroom.
I don't know. I got a new alarm clock, battery operated. Is that what she meant?
Well, whatever it is, it's going haywire right now.
Oh, it might be my alarm,
Do you think?
but it's way back in the bedroom.
Don't worry about it right now. But when the show's over, you might want to go...
That's what it is.
Okay.
Solve the mystery.
Is there a reason you didn't turn it off when it started ringing?
Well, I wasn't in there. I didn't.
Duh.
I took a nap. I took a nap and set the alarm. I thought I shut it off, but I probably didn't.
No.
You probably didn't.
That's life.
I would say with a good deal of certainty that you didn't turn it off.
Brian, that's life around here.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I do the show with Dave, too.
Say,
Hear all sorts of things in the background.
did I do that? You know,
Yeah, you did do that.
or I thought I did that, but I didn't.
In there.
I wake up and I see lights on, and I say, I didn't turn those lights on. What's going on?
Maybe the place is haunted.
Could be.
Okay.
It's my brain that's haunted.
Well, I hope not. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. All right, before we get into Raw, old Dom said something during the break. He said maybe he could just beat The Miz. And I don't think that's out of the question. Especially when you consider that Miz has used beating John Cena at WrestleMania in his promos for about the past 20 years now. I'm so sick of hearing it, his resume gimmick. Maybe that's the build and John Cena squashes this guy and away we go. I can't rule it out. Can't rule it out. Well, what'd you think of Raw, Lance?
On the whole, I liked it. I thought there was a couple of really good segments on the show, and I don't think there was anything that really stood out to me that got under my skin, which is rare for any wrestling show. I thought on the whole, it was a pretty solid show.
All right. Well, it opened up with a WrestlePalooza recap. And Stephanie Vicaire showing up with her proud father, Hector, who's just turned 53. I still can't get over this. God.
That her dad is your age?
That I'm so freaking old. Cody came out to open the show, and him and Seth did a long back and forth. And I don't even know what the gist of it is. It's like one of those segments where they just kind of talk for a long time. And I think the gist of it is Cody, I guess, respects Seth. Seth respects Cody. But Seth is mad that Cody still thinks he's better. And Cody wants to know if he's going to do this by himself. And then remind Seth, I beat you in every match we've ever had. So, yeah. I mean, it was good, but I can't say when it was over, I, was super into the idea of Seth and Cody. It's going to be a good match, but they didn't do anything to make me more excited for the match with this long talking segment.
Well, these are the two best people in the company, supposedly. They're the two world champions, and they're fighting each other. And they're competitive and want to prove who's best. I think it's the only way you can build this match. Like every Survivor Series when they used to do this match anyway, it's like it's not a feud. They both have other storylines that are going to happen in before. It's for the crown jewel belt and ring, which apparently is more important than the two existing championships.
I presume just for the ring, because I think those belts stay in Saudi Arabia.
I saw a graphic that included the belt, but I don't know if that was fan-made or not. But if it's for the Crown Jewel Championship, the championship should be there. Quite sure they can put a big deposit down and borrow it for a day.
God, how do you transfer? I swear to God, that thing's probably worth $1 million, those belts. They're like, you could just look at them and,
Well, they could make a cheap replica.
I guess they could make a
for the
replica.
show.
Yeah. All right, then we had Jimmy meeting with Jay, and Jimmy says, I know we could beat those Bronze. So I went to Nick Aldis, asked for a rematch, but he told me, you already have a match tonight with LA. And Jay said, yep, I sure do. And Jimmy said, we don't need to be dealing with this guy. And Jay said, I got to take this guy out. We would have won last week if it wasn't for him. And in fact, we probably would have won if you hadn't teamed with him last week. So now Jimmy's taken aback. Why are you blaming me? And Jay said, I think we have a lot to handle. And he storms off. You think they're turning Jay?
Oh, 100%. I think
so?
there was like four signs of it on the show.
We had Penta and the War Raiders against New Day and Grayson Waller. No DQ six-man. Basically a tornado match. Excellent match. I thought
Incredible
this match
finish.
was quite great, and the fans are going wild for it. And yes, the finish was, in fact, Grayson Waller taking a destroyer off the middle rope. Actually, it was a top rope destroyer, basically. Super Mexican destroyer. And this guy, he took this bump right on his head. I think he's all right, but, it looked like he was dead. And it was a great finish. Excellent match.
He better have been all right, because when Penta pinned him, he cross-faced him and shoved his chin to the side.
He sure did.
If he had any issues, someone should have said, don't touch this dude. I think he's fine, and he took it perfectly. And
I think
incredible.
he did too, yeah.
He should probably sell it for a month, but...
Dom met with the Judgment Day. It is a long ongoing storyline that Penta keeps pile driving all of these guys, and they hate the Mexican Destroyer. And every week he has a new fantastic way to hit that move. This could have been the blow-off for all I know. Probably about time.
Should be the Gringo Destroyer, because that's who he's destroying. He's not destroying Mexicans.
He's definitely not destroying Mexicans. Then we had Dom meeting with the Judgment Day. He wants help against Rusev. Finn's like, nah, I'm busy. Why don't you get your Mexican friend, Grande Americano? Dom said he's busy. So then he tries to talk JD into it. JD doesn't want to. So Roxanne talks JD into helping him, at which point, when JD says, fine, I'll help, Dom says, great, I got your match with Rusev already. And Dom is not happy, or JD.
Are we to assume Dom lied and then ran and put the match together? Because what if Finn had said yes if he'd already gotten JD booked in a match?
I think we're supposed to not think about that, Lance.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Bailey met with Lyra. She's doing the split personality gimmick. This week, she's all happy. She's a babyface. She has no memory, allegedly, of all these things that she yelled at Lyra about last week. So she asks Lyra to be in her corner. Lyra says, okay, and away they go.
Yeah, this is the one thing that I don't care for on the show, because it's a mental health angle. She's in the midst of a mental health breakdown, and nobody seems to care and just keeps booking her in combat sporting events.
Well, I think they are concerned, but not concerned enough to not book her.
And I just, in 2025, I don't trust pro wrestling companies to book mental health crises well.
Well, I'm thinking that ultimately it's actually not a mental health crisis, and she's just a full-on heel. And, because otherwise this doesn't make any sense. I can't have that. We had Stephanie Vaquer coming out for a promo, and it was very nice. She just got to come out, do a victory speech, put over her father, talk about what a wonderful moment it was for her, thank all the fans. They announced that the winner of Tiffany Knight and Jade on Friday will face her for the Crown Jewel title. She says, I'll be there. And away we went. It was very nice.
Very nice to not have a parade of people just interrupting her.
Nobody interrupted her. Nobody beat her up. Nobody laid her out. It was very nice. And Hector got a great moment. We had Nikki, Steph, and Rhea backstage, and up walks Asuka. And she says, Io should be champion. Stephanie doesn't deserve that belt. And Steph says, anytime you want to fight, I'll prove why I'm champion. So then Rhea gets in Asuka's face, says, I'm sick and tired of this attitude. Asuka says, I'm sick and tired of you. Stay away from Io. And Rhea says, I'm ready right now. Let's do this. And so Asuka accepts. We got a match for the main event. We had Bailey and Roxanne. Bailey worked as a babyface. Got the win with the rose plant. Remember, ever mention how much I hate that move? Sucks. She had a belly to Bailey, a running knee, and the rose plant. And the rose plant is the worst of all of them, and that was her finish. And then after she wins, Lyra hits the ring to congratulate her. But Bailey had gotten angry, like she flipped her lid. She lost her mind. She had a mental health breakdown, Lance, when she saw Roxanne hit a high cross on Lyra. And then she starts screaming at Lyra, and she storms off. This is a weird segment. Weird angle. Cody meets with Jimmy, and Cody says, where's Jay? Jimmy says, he's all up in his head, not even listening to me. Maybe you should talk to him. So Cody goes to meet with Jay after the break. He says, your brother's worried. And he says, Jay says, I'm fine. I'm good. Cody says, well, there's highs and lows, wins and losses. Sometimes people lash out. I've failed many times. Point is, you have your family and friends. We all believe in you. Jay says, I appreciate it. And he just leaves.
Staring at the belt the whole time.
Yeah. He did say he's going to find his way back to the top.
While staring at the championship that Cody holds.
Yeah. Rusev versus JD with Dom at ringside. So Rusev ends up getting him in the accolade. Dom could interfere, but he can't bring himself to do it. And so JD submits. Rusev won't release the hold. Finn Balor has to come down to save JD. And then they start screaming at Dom, you're supposed to help if you're out here. So Dom is afraid of Rusev, and he has to face him next week. At a segment where Asuka was in the back, and Io meets with her and says, don't do this match. And Asuka says, I need to teach her some respect. And she leaves, and Io says, Kyrie, you got to talk to her. And Kyrie says, she's the reason we're here. We have to listen to her. Had LA Knight versus Jay, where Braun hits ringside. LA goes after him, takes him out, goes back in. He's immediately speared. Jay just completely took advantage of the heels, beating up LA, got the win. And then the heels beat him up afterwards. And Jimmy comes out and he says, Jay, we got to go help L.A. Jay says, nope. And he bails. And so Jimmy ends up hitting the ring and helps make the save. And it does look like this guy's going heel, but he is so over. They're going to throw away all the yeeting to turn this guy heel. I don't know, man.
But he conveniently avoided the Braun rematch. He stared at Cody's championship. Braun and Braun hit the ring when Eli was on the up, which led to Jay winning. And then Jay did not come back and help anyone fend off Braun and Braun. I think after WrestlePalooza, Jay has decided he couldn't beat them. He's going to join them.
Well, we're going to find out soon enough. We had a segment with Becky ranting and raving and saying she was going to go make an example of someone, and then we never saw her again on the show. I don't know what that was about. Io meets with Rhea and wants her to call the match off, and Rhea says no. And they kind of get in an argument where Rhea says, I know it hurts when you can't trust your own family. And Io says, she is my family. Can I trust you? She storms off. Had a video for El Grande Americano and his crew. They have trademarked El Americanos. So that's going to be the name of this faction.
Will they end up with more members than the Villanos?
The Vulvanos. I don't think that's an acceptable term.
Villanos or whatever
Lance.
the heck.
And by the way, none of these Americanos are American. It's even funnier. We have AJ and Dragon Lee coming in. They want to face the Americanos. And then the main event was Asuka and Rhea Ripley. I thought this match was awesome. Just a fantastic match. And finally, Asuka keeps wanting Kairi to interfere. Kairi just can't do it. And finally, at the end, she goes for a back fist, but Rhea catches it. Asuka tries to charge. Rhea runs them together, rolls up Asuka, pins her. Great main event. And then Asuka mists Rhea afterwards, forces Kairi to beat her down. Io comes out. Asuka pretends like she's going to make up with her, but then she gives a back fist to Io. And then she tells Kairi to beat her down, and she forces Kairi to hit the top rope elbow. So full heel turn by Asuka. The Asuka-Io split has happened. Asuka and Io feels like it should be like a main event somewhere. I mean, the match was great. The heat was great. Asuka was great. Rhea was great. Kairi's doing a great job in her role. Io's great. They love her. I mean, this main event made this show it actually made the show an awesome show. This main event alone. So, anyway, that's the Raw Report. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
I am going to channel the well-known, infamous roast of Bryan and Lance.
Oh, my God.
I vaguely remember this.
Lance was a champion in virtually every company he has appeared in. While he did hold the distinction of holding 3 titles, that angle fizzled out faster than his podcast, Killing the Town.
Wow. I now remember this utter disaster of a roast.
Let's get Lance a chair to sit in. And as we do, could we also bring someone up here to show him how to use it? I remember that chair shot. I don't remember who it was on, but
utter
I remember
silence that this roast was met with.
Tom, at least I was smart enough not to do those chair shots again.
Bryan, besides me, there are others who I'm sure dislike you, like Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff, but I think you're great, like a guiding light or a father, which is why I'm not surprised when you screw me every week. The best-selling author of The Death of WCW. He had just completed his new book, for which actually Lance Storm wrote the foreword, which is 3 more than most wrestling fans know.
Hideous. Atrocious.
It must be hard when you look so young. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had your grandma's jeans. But actually, if the camera panned down, I bet Lance is wearing them. Anyways, let's start the show. Carmelo went for the La Mystica. Andrade went for the Message.
It's actually not the La Mystica. It starts like a La Mystica, but the La Mystica is actually a submission, and he doesn't land in the submission. He just does the whole slam part and then jumps up.
Yeah, the La Mystica is a tilt-a-whirl head scissor into a Fujiwara armbar.
Into a Fujiwara armbar. The La Mystica is not the submission. Do not tell me.
I didn't say that was a
that.
submission. I said the La Mystica involves the tilt-a-whirl facebuster into the submission. The whole thing. Why are you so angry?
Well, you just
Because
changed
it's
what
not
you
what
said
you
and lied.
said.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
that's
he doesn't
why.
land in a submission. He just slams them. So it's not a La Mystica.
I believe that's the actual move.
Okay,
but
whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares?
I just hope editor Sean pulls up the exact clip of you saying Lemistica's a submission and then denying it afterwards.
La Mystica is actually a submission. I didn't say that was a submission.
The Mystic is actually a submission? I didn't say that was a submission.
Editor Sean.
You know, last night on Observer Radio, I was just talking about how absolutely incredible Asuka is. And people were kind of like downplaying it. Not that they don't think she's awesome, but like they just think it's like she's just awesome. Like, what are you surprised about? Guys, listen. This Friday, she turns 44 years old, okay? For those, I think a lot of the people who aren't that impressed with her performance of late must be like in their 20s. Wait till you end up 44 or 50, like me.
Especially after doing what she did in Japan for so many years.
Dude, she has worked a really, really hard style. And not only that, she's been off for like a year and a half or something with like total reconstructive knee surgery or whatever. And she came back. Her first match, she was incredible. Not like, even Riho was off a year, not for reconstructive knee surgery, and she came back, and her first match, she was terrible. Asuka came back and was incredible in her first match. She's as good as she ever was. She moves great. I don't know how. She is something special. So I don't want to hear you guys downplaying how great Asuka is right now. Otherwise, you're gonna turn 44 someday, and you're gonna look back and go, "Yep, that fellow was right." That Bryan Alvarez guy.
And they didn't survive a match with Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah. I like to think they're going to say that Bryan Alvarez, he was always right. All right, we got to wrap it up, everybody. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Filthy Tom will talk AEW and NXT. Got a lot of stuff coming up this week. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.